Um, he wrote a 7-minute talk through of the deck that you can find on his YouTube, which is easily found from his Twitter. So there's not a lot to repeat in that. I wouldn't feel right just like, basically stealing his content and repeating it. But the long and the short of it is, this deck is built to leverage beating Golos. The problem with that is, I don't get paired versus Golos very much. In his video, he mentions that like half of every tournament he's playing is basically Golos, and that could be in tournaments, but I've just not found that the case on the ladder or in these metagame challenges. So it's kind of interesting. He also mentions that you lose to the green decks. Um, they're just really good at beating what Red has always did. There's no real way to push through them. Like we have these lava coils and stuff in the sideboard, but yeah, you're going to give up losses to the green decks. Anyway, which is all I get paired versus. Well, practically all I get paired versus. I get paired versus a little mono black, a little aristocrats, but basically green base decks. But who cares? Who cares if we lose? We're going to play it anyway because the deck looks fun. Uh, where's it at? It's up here. I don't know how long this thing lasts, but whatever. So these metagame challenges are pretty decent value. All you have to do is get to basically 2 wins. It costs 2,000 gold to play. It costs, as if you look in the store, uh, it costs 1,000 gold for a pack. So basically, anytime you get to 2 wins, you've profited, and I'm making parentheses here, you've profited 500 gold. You're going down gold, but you're going up value. And if you ever get to 3 wins, you're just ahead. You're ahead 3 packs just straight. So I feel like they're pretty decent, but one loss and you're out. So it was a high bar to play. But I do think the metagame challenges, if you have a deck you like, whether it be Golos or one of the adventure decks or this or whatever, like I do find them pretty fun. I think like if you've got 20,000 gold, you're a reasonable player with a reasonable deck that you're gonna be up over time. You might lose some in gold, but I'm talking about like if you include the packs. I like how I drug that mountain out there 3 times. It just didn't want to go. It's just like, nah, yo, I got better things to be doing. I'm like, well, that sucks. Yeah, so we really want him to land this turn, obviously. Shocker. Shocker, the deck wants a second land. I think 4 to bargain or whatever, I'm going to call it Thane of the Red or whatever. I think 4 of those might be a little too many, but what do I know? I never really feel like I want to draw more than one, and a lot of times I don't even want to draw the one. Alright, well, this game's over. Well, I still think the keep was fine. I don't think you ever not keep on one drop on the play. We need a second land. Maybe there's a chance we can push through, but to keep hovering the spitter like they're going to cast something on it, and I just don't think they should. Even if they have something, I just don't think they should. Sometimes. Another land would be nice. That's not a land, so what do we do? Guess we want to land fairly badly, so pop. No lands for us. So it's just a 21 land deck, but you still hope to get your third in your top 15 cards. Unfortunate. Yeah, League of Legends Worlds comes on in like uh, about an hour or so, and then there's the format challenges today on Moto. So I figured I'd get us a quick stream in before any of that stuff happened. Well, I feel like I'm basically dead now. Yeah, yeah. My eye is just kicking me right now. Nope, this is not a cavalcade deck. It's just that doesn't even do what I think it does. It's got a lot of 2 power stuff in it. Just the red deck Martin Juzel won fandom with. I'm pretty sure we can already just scoop this game though. We didn't really get to play Magic here. We missed our second land drop. We've not found a third land in our top 16 cards. I want Planeswalkers and Frenzies, I think. Maybe I should have some answer to Ventress besides just the Sling Fire. Yeah, there's a full 4 of them in this list, and I'm definitely not sold on the full 4. I kind of felt fine before I started to stream, and as soon as I start to stream, I get something in my eye, and it's causing me a lot of pain. We'll play. Hey, we have lands. Still a relatively weak hand, but I should probably use this too, since I'm gonna want to make it a creature next turn. Yeah, it's a good card. Like, you generally want to draw one. You just rarely want to draw two. Is my problem with it. I guess I'm gonna play this. Mostly because there's a good chance they have Oath of Kaya. Even though technically casting Slay of Fire uh, would have made me theoretically lethal on the following turn. Oh, cool, they don't have a Slay of Fire. So that's neat for us. Said Slay of Spire, but I'm being Oath of Kaya. Guess I just kill that. And now, oh wow, that thing's a knot. Neato. Alright, I just click buttons. What the heck is Slay of Spire? I don't even know what I'm talking about. They can't Wrath here because they played an island. Well, I take that back. They have a freaking egg. They can Wrath. But even if they Wrath, they're dead to the Slaying Fire in their hand. English. I am the English king. Now that I see Emery, I kind of want our shocks back. This is literally my first game of the day, and it seems like Arena's already lagging up. That's wild. Arena has had quite a bit of performance issues, at least on lower end computers like mine, um, since the last couple updates. Still a good program, but ugh, this hand's not fast at all. Runaway Steamkin often doesn't do anything versus removal, so I think it's a mulligan. Well, now we don't have a removal spell, so Emery actually just kind of like shuts us down here. Well, I'm glad somebody understands the redneck in me. Because I don't know what I'm saying half the time I say things. I don't know. I bought it 6 or 7 years ago and have upgraded it none. Nice. That could mean they're just going to cast an Emery, and that's bad for us because, as stated before, we did not draw a removal spell. What are you? Neato. Is that an artifact? I can't even tell. I don't think it's an artifact. I think it's just a go card. Well, so you're more damage, but you're a cool card. Guess I want the card. Like how I've attacked and the screen's just completely stopped right now. I don't. It could be my connection actually. Looks like I'm dropping frames today. Looks like I've dropped about 7% of my frames since I've started. Guess I'm gonna play this and just bash. Be pretty happy if I trade either of my things with Emery. I don't even know what's in my computer. Has it been lagging up for you? Or is it just me? Well, if they don't kill the Thane of the Red Fell, we've got this sweet Chandra. Sweet Chandras are best Chandras. You're not by any chance? You're not. You're a dwarf noble. Anytime I read the word Thane, I think dwarf, and I don't know why. Yeah, I'm still dropping a lot of frames. You play on potato settings. I'm playing on whatever the default is. The only thing I've changed is the volume for the stream. A lot of people were complaining about the sound, so I turned that off. Wonder if I'm DC'd or if this is my opponent. Looks like it was my opponent. Well, this is a lethal attack if they have nothing. But we know they have counter spells in their deck because they've already showed us a veto. But I feel like our opponent's just DC'd now and not coming back, so I'm expecting this just to win the game. Hopefully they can file for comp or whatever since this is a metagame challenge. That really sucks to lose your 2,000 gold or whatever by the game crashing or your internet crashing or whatever it was that caused the issue. Let's reroll our daily while we're here. Yeah, well. Onward. And one of the neat things about the metagame challenges too is you get increasing prizes the entire time. Like you don't just have to 7-0 to get anything worthwhile. Well, we lost the dash row. And seems fine. A 1-drop and a variety of 2-drops. And even a pump spell if we need to get through a loose goose or whatever. Basically, we don't want to see a forest over here. We're pretty happy if we see anything that's not a forest. That's a forest. And that's a goose. So this match is over. We do not beat green decks. I guess we need to kill the Oko, but, you know, we can't because 6 loyalty is 1,000,000. It sucks that the game was over on turn 1. They shocked, and then they're leaving up mana. That can't be good for us either. That bears to ask the question, what the hell's in their hand? Is this a counterspell Oko deck? That would be weird. They shocked. They have to have something, right? Okay. I don't really know why that was worth it, but their plays over my head. Like how we still just can't beat Oko and it doesn't matter. Opponents casually played nothing this game but Oko. We've played 700 spells. Uh, guess I need to attack with this too. This is gonna die, but I need to deal some damage to them so I can use the light up the stage. We got a land. Suppose we're gonna kill our Robert or Rich now? That's all as expected. I think we get to stop attacking Oko now unless they do something. Whee! I find this card obscenely obnoxious, and I hate playing versus it. By the way, if you can't tell by the whining of my voice, I think this card was a printing error, and I would much rather lose a Field of the Dead than some super high loyalty planeswalker that requires you to play something absurdly specific to deal with it. Also think Ren was a large play mistake. I think Teferi and Narset were as well. I don't think those cards are fun to play versus. Wait, what? Oh, okay, never mind. I take back my Watt. I mean, I know what they did with Oko, but I was confused because it didn't give me priority to use my mana if I felt like it. So we need to draw like a toboggan. Yes, I said toboggan. I just want to attack them with the world. I'm not necessarily sure I care about Oko anymore. I don't mind planeswalkers. I just really dislike. Well, first of all, I dislike abilities like Narset that are built onto a card that would be playable without it. But like its passive is just obnoxious, and you would play the card with or without that passive. That's what makes it so obnoxious to me. And similarly to with Teferi, hey Aggro Fiend, I've been really well. How have you been? Guess I could have killed Oko. Could have attacked Oko with 1 foot Light Fiend. If they block it or not, like we still kill it. Well, no, we had the castle. So the castle gives creatures we control +1/+1. So the monkey was actually a 1/3. The monkey actually dealt damage. The castles are pretty awesome. I really like the castles. I don't mind the meta at the moment. I think watching Golos mirrors on coverage is kind of silly, but other than that, I actually think the format's considerably more open than people give it credit for. I don't even think Golos is the best deck. Like, I do not think Golos will win the MC. It's either next week or the week after, but I do not think Golos is going to win that. I'm in the minority of that opinion, but I do not think it will win. I guess I want my Chandras. They presumably have questing beasts, so like it kind of makes me want lava coils. It is probably hard to trigger light up the stage here. Let's see, I've went 2-1, 4-1, and now I am 1-0 in these metagame challenges, so what is that? 4-1 plus 2-1 is 6-2, 7-2. I've played 9 matches today and not got paired versus 1. And it's the only thing I want to get paired versus. It's why I'm playing this deck, but I can't get paired versus it. I keep getting paired versus weird Oko decks and like Black Green Adventure. I would much rather get paired versus a field deck than just some person that's going to play turn 1 Goose, turn 2 Oko. Like I find this so obnoxious. And Oko's modern and legacy playable as well, so it's not like I can go play a different format. There's obviously more decks in legacy and more decks in modern, so you don't see as many of them, but still. Well, that doesn't bother me. I could care less about them doing that. In fact, I would probably have rather had my Goose's mana than play a random 4-3 versus a Lava Coil deck. Platinum's above gold. Platinum's where all the Mythic players start the next season as well. I think I'm still Platinum. I think I played maybe 7 games of ranked or 8 games of ranked this season. I generally only play the seasons that qualify you for an MCQ. No! That's our baby. But we miss our baby already. That's unfortunate. Is this worth trying to kill the Gilded Goose with the Rimrock Knight? Since the Scorch Spitter doesn't attack if they play a Questing Beast or if they just leave the Knight untapped either way. The Tabalts are really bad versus Questing Beasts, so maybe I don't even want the Tabalts in the deck. They're so good versus Krasis, so it's kind of hard. Hey, it's Oko. We can pick up our cards, fam. It's still early in the month, too. There's a lot of time left this month. If they do want to make 3-mana walkers, they just need to make them with lower loyalty or not some game-breaking passive like Narset has. So I don't have a good block here at all. I just easily have to let the Tybalt die. Because I could triple block the Knight or something. The problem is they're going to have a 3/3 every turn the rest of the game. And there's no point for me to really get around that. No, you definitely can. Even if I play this and attack, just don't do that much. I guess it does it to Planeswalkers too. That was weird sequencing. So, this says whenever Scorch Splitter attacks, deal 1 damage to target player or Planeswalker it's attacking. So, that's pretty nice with the Thane. But we're still just in absurdly bad trouble. Our Scorch Splitters can kill the Nissa next turn, though, again. That's something. Could have attacked opponent with this last turn. I messed that up. So it was at 7 loyalty, and we were doing 6 to it there. Even if they blocked one of these, we'd have finished it off. I'm pretty sure I'm just supposed to play this in Attack of the World. I'm going to attack the 2 Scorch Spitters at this, of course, and the other 3 at... Well, not the other 3. I'll probably hold this one back. And we'll hold this one back, too. So those 2 are going there. These 2 are killing Nissa. So will it attack with this too? Probably not. I want to pretend like I'm going to protect our Chandra. Chandra just presents so much damage when we have Thane in play. Don't like that they're giving up the goose. And then post-combat we'll play the last creature. Would I win by going to face? That's a lot of math. So we would have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures. What's the Cavalier deal? 1? That'd have been 15? Yeah. We'd easily won. It's kind of a weird bounce. I'm glad we saved 3 creatures. We can't kill Chandra this turn. Yeah, we somehow worked through Oko. I might whine non-stop, but we still somehow got there. Yay! Profit! Oh yeah, Scorch Spitter plus Dwarf plus Cavalcade deals ridiculous amounts. Well, we lost another dice row, but our hand's lit. Oh yeah, I've been playing since 1993 and I'm still terrible. Please don't shock our friend. Boo, they have a shock. Them using a shock on this before we play the Steam couldn't be nice though. So, can't complain about that if they do choose to do it. Bone Crusher friend, alright. Juza doesn't play Bone Crusher because he says it's too slow. Don't necessarily know that I agree or disagree with that. I just find it interesting. Find it noteworthy that he thinks this card's not good enough right now. Hello. Stop killing all my things. I promise. I won't hurt you. Is that freaking Krinko, baby? It's Krinko. Well. Okay. Just want to pump that thing. Oh, that's even better, isn't it? Got kind of lucky there. Hulk Smash. I have no idea. I've not saw it. I've not looked at a whole lot of standard because my next paper event's modern on November 3rd. So I've been foolishly trying to learn and failing miserably at learning modern. My my modern work is not going well. Uh, okay. Joink. Pretty sure I'm just gonna kill this. Take care. Thanks for stopping by. Legion War Boss. Wanna be Rabble. I know that one. Opponent likes to use emotes. I will use emotes as well. Good game all around. I suppose I want these. I always feel like I want a couple of frenzies versus these style of decks. I don't know the last four cards. It feels like our X ones just don't really do a whole lot, but feels like this card's actually pretty good. Feels like the Bolt's not great. I want all the things I can find that gets me extra cards. I wonder if I just get rid of Runaway Steamkin. I know in the old like last season, I cut Steamkins in the mirror. I wonder if I still just cut Steamkins in the mirror. Or now that there's no lightning strikes, like maybe Steamkins stick around a little bit easier. Well, I think it's less about questions and more about I'm not good enough to learn the decks that I think are good. Like I have a feeling one of the Urza decks is best, but I'm not sure whether it's Jeskai Ascendancy, regular PO, or Urza. And like everybody has 100 different opinions. And if that's not the best deck, I think Amulet is. And I don't think I'm good enough to figure out which Urza deck's best, and even if I could, I don't think I'm good enough to play it. If that makes any sense. I'm gonna take out this card. It can't block. I've already promised to loan Tron to somebody. I have a friend that only plays Tron, so I'm gonna give them like probably the Joe Lissette Tron build, even though I don't think that build's as strong as the other Tron builds. But it's the one that everybody's playing and having success with, so whatever. I'll give it to him. Look, right now I'm looking at playing Mono Red Prowess. I'll be playing in Western Virginia. Not sure whether I should be playing Mono Red Prowess or whether I should just be playing Burn. I have similar results with both. It's hard for me to really tell which is better. That's 2-for-1 versus the Mana Screwed opponent's kind of cool. Still have a shock if they ever do play a 2-drop. Well, they definitely have a shock, so goodbye, Steamkin. You'll be missed. I was considering Jund as well because Jund's fairly easy, I think. But I don't think I can get to Rens. I only have one Ren, so finding two more Rens at this small of an area, like I'm probably not going to be able to borrow them or anything. But I do like Burn. My problem with Burn is like I find it real challenging when to change rows from being the control to being the aggro and burn. And I find it real challenging knowing how to sideboard as well because take Tron for example. Like you could arguably say that your Path of Exiles are good because of worm coils. You could arguably say your Smash the Smithereens are good because they have a million artifacts. And you could arguably say your Skullcracks are good as well because of Wormcoil Engines and Frag Tusks. But, like, how do you find, 10 to 11 cards to sideboard out? So, like, it feels to me like you clearly can't sideboard all of that in, and I find it real challenging. Whereas, like, Mono Red Prowess doesn't really sideboard, so it's a lot easier. And when you're looking at Mono Red Prowess, you're basically only ever taking out either the Lava Spikes, the cantrip that gives First Strike, or the Burst Lightning, depending on the match. Like those are the 10 cards that you're primarily signing in and out. So it feels a lot simpler. Like I don't get this confused state where I over sideboard or make poor decisions when I play Prowess. But Prowess is also a lot more draw dependent, I think, than Burn. Whereas like if you don't flood with Burn, your deck's always gonna do A. Prowess, if you don't flood with it, sometimes you just draw the wrong half of your deck and cantrip forever, and like when all you really want to do is find a Bedlam Reveler and you can't, or something like that. So this is another one of those green decks that we don't typically beat. What the world's that? Oh, that was Lovestruck Beast. I literally did not see that in play. This is one of the cards that we can't really beat. So that's fun for us. Wait, what? And my opponent's attacking. I am just confused. I feel like opponents' decisions this game are going to give us a chance. Oh well. I was kind of hoping they'd block. They too swift. Sucks to be me. Burn's really good at the moment too because it's good versus the Urza decks. I'm honestly not 100% sure there'll be Urza decks where I'm going to play. Oh, this is kind of confusing. So I guess I need to play these two, get my mana, play this attack, but like that feels. I could just play this and attack. Eh, pretty sure I play this. Pretty sure we just dump our hand on the table right now and say hi. Our opponent said good game. I don't know if that means we win or if they're saying I made some kind of silly mistake. I don't actually have any idea. Yeah, I find Burn easier to play. It's just the sideboarding that I find so hard versus Burn. If opponent had played that Lovestruck Beast on turn 3, we would have lost this game. I don't know why they didn't. There's just like, nah, we're not going to play Love Struck Beast. We're not going to play the best card in our deck versus you. Alright, I guess the last time I played this match, I tried this Planeswalker stuff, but Questing Beast is just so strong versus it that I'm pretty sure I'm going to just get off it entirely. Probably going to get rid of a couple of these light up the stages, and I don't think these Footlight Fiends actually line up well here either. We're going to try to beat the control deck and hopefully win with our 4 frenzies, but I don't know if that'll work. This is definitely one of our worst matches. I don't technically own Goblin Guides yet either, but I think I can find Goblin Guides. I think I have one, or I have one that I traded for online that's coming in the mail, and I'm talking to a guy about one, and I'm talking to another guy about one, so getting Goblin Guides is not going to be as hard as getting Wrens. A pretty strong hand. We have an Experimental Frenzy, a couple removal spells. We just have to really avoid Love Struck Beast. Well, that's not Love Struck Beast, so... Kinda want to use a Lava Coil on that. Because having a Shock and a Lava Coil for a Love Struck Beast seems good, but that feels so bloody wasteful. That just feels beyond wasteful. Alright, well, I guess I'll play this then. It's not giving opponent any priorities here, so let's go ahead and drop this and deal our little bit of extra damage and pump our Steamkin one. Because next turn we can play the Wormcoil to shock, and if we draw land we can play the Frenzy as well. Alright, so we can do whatever we want now. Actually, think I would rather just play this. It's another creature on the board, and it's better versus them drawing a Questing Beast on the following turn. Well, as long as they don't have another 1-drop, this looks pretty decent for us. Let's see what we draw. Okay. I guess we have to kill this one then. Okay. Ooh. Neato. That's what I call running hot. So, sometimes you get lucky. Pretty sure they just win game 1 if they cast Love Struck Beast, but game 2, we just rode Yahtzee. Alright, nice. Snuck by another good match. Or bad match. Still not got paired versus a Field of the Dead deck, though. The Field of the Deck Clarion decks are a little rough, but the Bant versions, the ones that don't run fires, are generally pretty easy. It was pretty ridiculous. I don't know if I could have drawn it up better. Wait, I didn't know you could get a homunculus. That's awesome. I'm pretty jealous of that. I think the Fires deck's pretty ridiculous, but I'd like to point out I'm extremely biased and I'm absolutely in love with both Fires and Fae of Wishes. So, I might not be the best person to comment on that. Well, they don't have a shock. Like, those are my two favorite cards in the set. Even if both of those cards turn out being absolutely horrendous, they're still my favorite two cards in the set. If they don't block, I'm probably just going to pump this for 2 and then skewer that. Because I want a creature for next turn anyway. Hey, Oblivion. Howdy. Like, my favorite deck in the preview event was the 4-color... Sorry, the 5-color Niv Mizzet deck. So... we can Slaying Fires that and get in for 2. Or we can trade the Rimrock Knight for it and put a bigger creature into play. I think I'm fine trading the other side of the Rimrock for it. Just getting a bigger creature into play. Saving our Slay in case we need to kill another, like, Steam Gun or something. Could have arguably just played Tibalt and passed as well. Well, Tibalt minus pass, rather. Ooh, Robert the Rich. I think I'd still rather just play Tibalt now. Uses our mana slightly better. Yeah, well, I'm glad we kept this for that. I'm going to start with this pretty easily. Now the question is, do I kill this? Or do I play two things? Kind of want to play the two things, mostly because we have a toboggan in our hand. Yes, a toboggan. Toboggan has been called. With the Slaying Fire, we can kill this even if it got up to 4. Alright, definitely want these here. Feel like I want maybe these as well. Yeah, why is my internet being slow? Should probably bring in lava coils, right? Kind of want these Chandras too. I probably just want all of this stuff. Ah, I'm lagging out. Probably want all my Tabalts too. Oh, I didn't hit accept. Tilt. Well, I wasn't paying attention because I was struggling with something on my other monitor with slow internet. That's on me. What are you working on? Yeah, that's 100% on me. Dropping a good amount of frames, and I was trying to answer one of my messages on YouTube. Couldn't get the web page. Sultai Control's pretty decent. Are you talking about standard, or are you talking about modern, or legacy? I assume standard since we're playing standard, but I don't really know. Nice. Yeah, I think I've decided I'm going to take out the feigns in this match. Because of the lava coils and the slaying spires, there's just so many good things to hit. Oh god, multiple ember haulers? Not pleased about that. Oh, I should have shocked too. JK. Guess it's better to play this and then hold priority. Because if I hit their shock, I can use it. Okay, you're not a shock, so take our priority away. Okay, opponent doesn't want to play anymore. Fair enough. Do you have a list or something we can look at? Ugh. If we were on to play, 100% keep this. On the draw, I'm not sure that I do. I think I want to mulligan it. I think this deck mulligans fairly well. You don't like keeping a hand without a one drop of this deck, but I like how we're finally versus field, yet we're on to draw with an unplayable hand. So we're gonna lose versus field. That's hilarious to me, by the way. Just saying. I've been saying I wanted to get paired versus field all this time, and then we're just not going to get to play Magic. I mean, we're playing Magic. We have a below average hand on a mulligan. Doesn't mean that we've lost. It just means that it's a lot harder than it probably should be. That's unfortunate. Oh, well, could have been worse, I guess. Maybe we'll get lucky and they won't have a land that comes into play untapped. But like I said, we're pretty. Hey, Fate, we're pretty bad off here. If we were either on the play or had a turn one drop, we would have been in a lot better shape. But now they just play route, get two blockers, and continue to keep two blockers basically the rest of the game or more. Um, huh. Did I hold full control? That's not how. Gameplay. Full control is control plus shift. I think I'd still rather do this. I'll check it out in 1 second, I believe, and let me get through this turn cycle. You can't take out the Canariums? Okay. So, time lapse a strong card and a problem for us. One Oko? But Oko's so awesome. So to win this game now, it feels like it's going to be just going to the dome. I'm just going to go ahead and play this then. Hope we draw two slays. There's one. He's so cool. If they have a crisis, we're obviously just dead and going to pick our cards up. Alright. Vraska's pretty awesome too. I'm surprised more people aren't playing Vraska in this format. Alright, so the idea is to go 1-drop, 2-drop Planeswalker. I don't like it. We about killed him. I mean, we got him to effectively 2 life, and that was with us mulliganing without a 1-drop on the draw. Like I really don't mind to play versus field decks. I don't even think they're that powerful. Like we win that game on the play, don't we? Or with a 1-drop, either one. Don't get me wrong, they're strong decks. They're probably the best overall deck in the format. I think the Oko decks are more annoying to play versus personally. That's kind of ridiculous. Let's see. I think this is match, what, 6 in this league? So, 10-1, 11-2. So, in 14 matches, I played versus 1. This hand's terrible, too. What do you do when you keep getting terrible hands? This hand's so bad. Hey, this is the exact same hand we had. Except we have a second 1-drop here, I guess. Maybe I just put the land on the bottom. I don't really know. It might have been right to just put the land on the bottom. Well, there is no next game if we lose this one, though. These metagame challenges are you lose one, you're out. I put the sleigh on the bottom. I'm just a little worried about them playing a grazer and like really messing up the world. Alright, I can't tell whether I'm lagging or whether opponent's having a hard time on their mulligan decision. I'm dropping so many frames that it's really hard for me to tell. Yeah, I guess they were still mulliganing then. It's a good hand, though. I think this is going to be, I think Once Upon a Time is going to be the most played card at the MC. I think this card's insane. I don't think enough people play it in non-standard formats. I don't want my sleigh back now. But what I really want to draw is I really want to draw a Chandra now. If I draw a Chandra now, I'm pretty sure we'll win this game. That's not a Chandra. That's another card that's not particularly good for us. Especially because now they're on the Beanstalk into Time Wipe turn. Like, we have to hit, we really need to hit any walker to do well in these matches. Well, hopefully they won't have the Time Wipe. Or the Realm Cloak Giant or whatever. Still got him at a pretty relative low life total with a mulligan and a fairly medium draw. If we'd kept the sleigh, we'd have a real chance of winning this game, even if they had it. Yeah, a lot of people get really annoyed to lose versus Planeswalkers because lots of decks don't interact well with them. Brazen Borrower is a card that a lot of people don't like to play versus as well. Like, I love Brazen Borrower, by the way. None of that stuff bothers me. The only thing that bothers me in Standard right now is having to fight versus an Oko, and that may be because the type of decks that I like to play just are naturally bad versus Oko in general. I covered my hand to get a sweat, because this is the first time I felt in danger this tournament. We don't have a 1-drop. Oh god, we don't have a 1-drop. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to mulligan most hands that don't have a 1-drop, but the rest of this hand looks pretty lit. There's 10 1-drops, so I think I mulligan. Thane on the draws, not super good. Robber on the draws, not super good. So if the Tybalt was a Chandra, I think I'd keep. Alright, I feel like I need 1-drops. Yeah, I think this hand's just better. I think Skewer is probably worse. Yeah, so can we dodge a Grazer this game? Nice. It's kind of weird, but nice. They could just not hit a land of just once upon a time. Because, like, that's even remotely a thing that can happen. Not really. Spoiler. This line up the stage is kind of awkward. I'm getting outplayed? So, I assume, since our opponent led with the lands like that, this is going to be a little Teferi. They're probably going to bounce our better creature. And then that's going to be a bit awkward as well. So we know they're not going to Wrath this turn. Fortunately, we can't draw a land and a toboggan next turn. Saudi boy. Well, hopefully, if they do have the green source for like a circuitous route here, they'll have to shock for it. That's kind of interesting. They left on top, and then they gained a life. I really want to play the Tybalt this turn. But I also want to light up the stage, and I also want to cast the Scorch Splitter. So, I'm not 100% sure the right play now. Guess I don't need the Tybalt. Could just attack and then play to light up the stage and then reevaluate. That's what I'm going to go with. One of the bigger problems with is this next turn, we probably don't get to deal creature damage ever again this match. They probably do something like that. I guess we should play one of these. I don't really even want to play That's the Problem. I think the wheels are off this bus. I find it hard to imagine a sequence of plays that's going to allow us to win this game. With the exception of like drawing 3 Slayers in a row or something wildly ridiculous. Oh yeah, we are soups dead. Did not bring Frenzy in, no. Generally, when you get to the point of the game where Frenzy's relevant, it's just too late in this match. Guess this doesn't really do anything else. Maybe we can find the card we want here. Nope. Well, we threw that away to get a land off the top of their deck. That doesn't sound like forward momentum to me. Alright. So we're really on draw 3 burn spells in a row. Good night, Fate. We're truly on draw 3 burn spells in a row here. And I don't know if we have 3 turns left alive. It's kind of amusing that I'm only playing this deck to get paired versus field decks, and the field deck's the only deck I lost to. Maybe I made some mistakes this game. I gotta be honest, League of Legends Worlds is on, and I'm very distracted at the moment. Like, I'm definitely watching League of Legends on the other monitor. That didn't really help. Yep, SKT versus Fnatic this game as well. Match 1 of Worlds. I see no reason to block. I have no other instance in my graveyard. Yeah, I believe in, especially if the London Mulligan rule. Mulliganing's not as punishing as it used to be. All right, we're done here. Still made a good run. We got 5 wins, I think. We'll open our packs and we'll hop out. So, what do we get? Oh, we get 10 packs. Beast. And 1,000 extra gold. Well. Could have been better, could have been worse. Not gonna complain. We didn't even hit a mythic. Well, that's disappointing. Now I'll complain. Where be thy mythics? I need mythic wildcards. We only have 3. Come back, mythics. We need you. I think I still need a lot of mythics from this set anyway. 100% sure. Well, that's just not the right set at all. Need some Royal Silence and some Great Helms and some Ember Cleaves, I guess. I think these are the ones that we have to craft. We can't open these in packs. Apparently I have more of this set than I thought I did. We need a lot of rares still, though. Who made it to Worlds? Well, these are the teams that made it to the group stage of Worlds. So for North America teams, you got Team Liquid and you've got Clutch Gaming, and for EU teams, you've got Splice. and Fnatic, and where's the other one at? Oh, G2 Esports. So 3 European teams, 2 North American teams. And then obviously your 3 Koreas and stuff. Koreans and stuff. I said 3 Koreas. The favorites are probably G2 Esports or Fun Plus Phoenix this year. Yeah, I'll link it. It's a pretty good website. It's even got, my favorite thing about it is it's got this down here which tells you uh, when or how long till the next games and stuff like that, which is pretty awesome. And if you're wanting to know like specific info, for example, um, you can like type in all the players' names or like the team names and stuff. This is a really awesome website. Not sponsored hashtag. So you can like see all the people on them. You can type in the people's names and get their history. So it's a pretty darn good website. But anyway, we'll get that off the stream. Nobody cares. And hey, look it up. What's up? Did anybody show up for your tournament last night at Page 3, or did you even go? I'm a pretty big follower of the Korean scene, but that's mostly because my sleep schedule has me awake during their matches, and I'm typically asleep during like the NA or the EU matches. Normally get up about 3 a.m. in the morning, so I'm just in time to watch the Korea games. But anyway, Local Dope's not responding quick enough, and I'm out of here. Enjoy your Saturday, everyone. Message me and tell me what kind of cool stuff you got, Local Dope. But anyway, take care, everybody, and thanks for stopping by.